All right, there's a couple things that people like to learn on the handpan. One of them in particular is how to bend harmonics. And one of them in particular is the harmonic, the fifth harmonic that's located on the top note here, the ding note. And I know I'm starting to talk musician language here with the word harmonics, and just bear with me. On the top note, as well as all the other notes, all of these notes are tuned with a fundamental pitch, an octave, and typically a fifth. So you don't really have to know what those are, but let me just show you where they are located on the instrument. So in the center note, the fundamental pitch is basically the note that you're hearing, the fundamental note that you're hearing when that note is struck. So that's a D. When the tuner tunes a note, they also have to tune an octave through the length of the note. This note, even though it might look like it's a circle, it's actually more of an oval. So the length of the oval is where the octave is located. The width of the oval is where the fifth is located. Each of those has slightly different sounds. So we have the fundamental pitch, we have the octave, and we have the fifth. So you may or may not hear those differences yet at this point, especially if you're a beginner. But the fifth is typically fairly well heard by most people. So let me show you what happens. There's usually a sweet spot on the octave area, the line that goes from the top to bottom of the oval. And if you push down and hit where the fifth is, you should start being able to hear that fifth bend a little bit. So there it is. You hear that bending? Push down, pull up, push down, release. So I'm applying pressure with this left hand finger on the sweet spot. If I put my finger just even an inch away, it might not work effectively. It did a little bit, sometimes it doesn't. Like there's nothing. You hear that? So you have to find that sweet spot. Like I said, sometimes it's above or below. This one has two, so both are options. I usually prefer the one that's closest. So you push down on that little sweet spot, and what that does is it makes the metal go down, and it typically makes that fifth harmonic kind of go down in pitch. When you release, it goes back up. So I believe that's called a pitch bend, because you're bending that pitch. And it's really kind of effective, so you can play stuff like this. And it makes a really unique sound. So the pitch bend is very effective.